Hey, welcome into my channel. What is
First of
up? It is your
all,
girl Gigi, and this is
first
my
of
brother
all,
Braylon.
hey everybody. First of all, shout out to the good intro. Yes,
Thank
indeed.
you.
I saw that work. I'm like, all right now. I'm like, listen, my little old, intro with a car coming up and just traveling. I'm not saying I'm gonna change it because I can't do shit.
Listen, you got to have some good music when you travel, because we still on virtual tour, okay? Because anytime you're around, we on tour, So
Absolutely.
we just had to have a little music.
But you know what? I have to give you that credit. That was and y'all, let me tell you something. The way that I don't show my thumbnails to Gigi and she has the reaction, that's how I'm feeling right now. Seeing that intro, that was a really well done. Well fucking.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Hey, Nikki Mills.
Hey Nikki,
Listen,
because you know I'm a
at a
lover of
graduation celebration. Okay, well, congratulations to whoever is graduating.
yes indeed. Because you know I'm a lover of real good content, of
Yes.
actual art. So I mean that shit. That was very good.
Thank you. I see. I got you. See, I finally got you. I got you.
You did. Well, I mean, you got me on a question that was highly disrespectful of your actual social self, but we won't speak of that question.
And I did.
The blasphemy, the omega, going, the damn disrespect. And then Diamond showing up just looking like a chocolate drop this damn episode.
Listen, Donna was dominant. Okay, she was shining bright. Okay, I want to tell you, her and Aaron, I absolutely love. Before we get into it, I want to shout them out. They are absolutely a vibe, and I
Yes.
respect them so much. How they just like they're trying to help out the other couples while they're still even maneuvering through what they have going on. But they have time enough to say, "Hey, listen, if you're not serious about this, let you know what I'm saying. Let's talk about it." So much respect to them.
Yeah, and just for stepping up, because they want to step up is such a big thing, you know what I mean? So no, I'm here for it. And let me tell you something. When you see a couple that's supposed to be together, you'll feel like that's your relationship. So
That's true.
at this point, Aaron H, brother, you my uncle, I'm your nephew. Okay, I'm gonna need you and Auntie Diamond to stay together. Okay,
Listen, absolutely.
we both love BBWs. Now I don't want to have to come through and handle things, but I don't think I'm going to have to because you handling it. But yeah, I mean, just we'll talk about it. But when she was sitting down talking to her dog, I'm like, they showed all of the thickness. They did leave shit out.
Listen, Braylon, they were showing a whole lot of something, and I said, "This is the season of toe sucking," because this is the third show where they talking about them toes in the last 3 months. So
And she was
listen,
moaning
shout
too.
out to all the toe suckers, okay? Like, just kidding. So listen, so for those who have joined, this this is the recap and review for the Never Ever Mets
Yeah.
on hashtag keeping it real only on.
Yep.
I am your girl, Gigi Man, and I am here with my brother Braylon Lee. Make
What's
sure
good?
y'all like, share, subscribe, comment, interact with us. Like, let us know y'all's take, okay? So we're gonna jump right on into it because one, y'all know that tonight is supposed to be the premiere of Love and Marriage Huntsville as well. So we
Mhm.
gonna see what happens. Are y'all blacking out? Are you watching? I want to know that too.
Here's the thing with that, and I'll just say this, right? Because True T tagged many content creators, and I was one of them. I appreciate the tag because it goes to show that I am seen in this sector. Um, I understand the blackout, especially after what happened on not on this day, but upon this day of a lawsuit with a cast member and the network. At this point, if I'm the Oprah Winfrey Network, I'm talking to the executives, and we are all agreeing this is the final season. But we ain't saying shit to the cast. We ain't saying ish to Carlos. We ain't saying not a thing until that third part of the reunion, and then put it out. and you pay the
Yeah.
$500 way clear. Because if y'all renew this after this on y'all at this point.
Mhm. It's like I got money to waste now. And I feel like, because I think we have all been talking about the fact that it kind of seems like Mel's over it and she's kind of
Yeah.
making maneuvers to do something else. I mean, she's one thing we know and that we absolutely love about Mel is we know that this show don't make her. Okay? Mel was a made woman by herself before this show. Okay? So she doesn't need this show to be who she is and to continue to be great. We know this. So her leaving wouldn't be a surprise and it's not going to hurt her.
Right.
What could you imagine? Could you just let's calculate this in our brain. All the scam artists on this show. What is this going to do if this show ends for them?
No, I feel you.
Mm. But yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
But
Because you know we give media game all the time.
all the time.
Child, what have we been talking about? On trying to find their new identity, and this show comes on. We'll get into the minutia on a little bit later. Let's see
Mm-hmm.
what we do though with this show. And by the way, I do want to say this. I am fine. Yours truly got struck unnecessarily, and I really mean unnecessarily, from YouTube. So I'm on a little hiatus right now. I do miss my virtual tour family. I do, because we miss it. We've missed some tours, but you know the good thing about this is that it is showing the strength of not just me as a person, but showing the strength of the channel. Because the real strength of a channel is not so much in quantity, but it's in quality. Because I'm still going into chats. I'm still going over to places where I'm embraced, like over here with my girl Gigi, and y'all are still here. So
Right.
YouTube tried to stop the tour unnecessarily. And I will say what I have to say to YouTube when I get back over to my channel. But I'm good. I
But
appreciate the love. So
that's the thing about family is because you might be able to stop one, but you can't stop us all.
that part.
So just because your channel struck, you're still here. We're still doing our lives like we do. And you know what? This is how we've been actually circulating because there was a moment when, we was doing Ready to Love and we had to, our great sister Ucha,
Yes.
couldn't couldn't do the lives with us. So we had to, what I'm saying, maneuver around. And that's just what we do. We keep it moving. This is what a virtual tour is. We're gonna always be
Absolutely.
moving. Y'all just stay tuned because we're giving you the game and we're definitely stopping in your city.
Oh, absolutely. No doubt
So,
about it. No doubt about it.
but yes, it's definitely all love and like I said, one, they can't stop us all. So,
That part.
you still you still are here. You still going live. You're still giving your media game. You still coming in with the soul that it needs.
That
So
part right there.
still good. But let's jump
So
into this because we start
yes.
off with
Woo.
the good, Aaron H and Diamond. Because we ended off on, basically the whole Sienna Brandon thing last
Child, and
week.
she got crunk on this episode too, child. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we can talk about her because I told y'all from day one, I don't like her. I don't. It's something about her, and I'm gonna stick to it, and I'm gonna say it again. I don't like her.
And
I
by
don't.
the way,
He deserves better.
yes. And by the way, y'all, Gigi was in the episode.
Right? Yeah, that wasn't me though, because I would have gave. Listen, I definitely would have gave a different. I ain't that type of friend, girl.
I I
Because you telling me
I would
one side of something, I need the whole story, girl.
listen. I watched. I'm like, now wait a minute. Now I know I'm the first one to break the show on YouTube, but not Gigi getting on the show before Brayla Lee, who broke the show. I love Gigi very much, but you gotta understand something. When you are in your industry, whether it's media, being a lawyer, a teacher, a preacher, whatever the case, you do get territorial over your gift, right?
Yeah.
So I am saying this in joking and just in laughing, okay? But when I saw that, I'm just like, you know what? Okay, so you're doing too much. Gigi's on the show before Braylon Lee. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool.
When I seen that, I said, "Oh shit! Wait a minute! Hashtag not me." Shit. Especially not hers. Because I'm gonna tell you, the type of person that I am, I see through the bullshit. You're not gonna keep gaslighting me. You're not gonna keep lying because you want to sit there and talk about what this man ain't doing, but you never once said what he was doing. We're gonna jump into that when it comes to her because I have a lot to say about it. Okay, so let's go ahead and just start about how mature Aaron H and Diamond are. They took their, since they are the oldest, they decided to pull Sienna and Brandon outside and have a one-on-one conversation to find out what is really going on between them and why is it that there's a lack of communication. And before it could even get started, you could see Sienna going 1,000 miles, not letting Brandon talk, to the point to where Aaron grabbed Brandon's guitar. Yeah, it was like his string thing. But anyway, his guitar thing, handed it to him and said, "Here, whoever is holding this is the one who gets to talk." And as Brandon's talking, he's not even able to finish his sentence as he's trying to explain that he feels like communication, is an issue. She holds her hand out so he can give it to her and cuts him off and starts going. She even hands it back to him and still keeps going. What do you feel about just that right there? Like, that part?
First of all, if I was on the show as the translator, Aaron Diamond, get up. I love you, but get up for a second. I'm gonna take over. Your existence is trifling, disgusting, and tattered. Do you hear me? Let's get that straight. This brother is trying to come to you in peace, and you trying to come in hate. Do you think that emotional, mental chemistry of elements is going to work for you? Just a question. Because see, you got to reach people where they are sometimes. You know what I mean? And so I just felt like, what Diamond said, that, I just want to knock her upside the head. And I appreciate
I was right there with her. I was right there with her, like, girl, tag me what you done.
Listen, I appreciate the realness, and the thing I think with this show, as it evolves, I think people are really feeling this show because they're feeling the real from the show. Like, there is nothing that is not being said out loud. You know what I mean? There's some shows where, okay, it's the quiet part and it needs to be said. The quiet part's being said out loud in the show, and I'm here for it.
Yeah, I definitely feel that. Because and you know what, you're right. Because see, their confessionals are a lot different. And also, even what we're seeing, they're more upfront. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're letting them know, like, yo, y'all don't need to be together. Like, well, what is really going on? But it seems like even during that time, like, of course, we've seen that there was disconnect. So after Diamond and Aaron walked off, it was just, Brandon and Sienna. Now, she was acting like she was cool and everything was okay and they could actually get along then.
Right.
And this is going to bring me to a point later on because we see how she flipped really quickly.
Yes, she does.
But as Sienna and Brandon was out there talking alone, Millie, Greg, Shay, and Josh, they were actually talking about, Sienna and Brandon and how. So everybody keeps trying to act like, oh, well, Sienna just needs a strong man, a rough guy, a guy that's tougher and has a stronger backbone. I feel like that's so disrespectful to Brandon.
Oh, absolutely,
I
it
just want to
is.
put that out there. That is so disrespectful because
Absolutely.
this man is showing that he has control over his emotions.
Right.
He's showing that he
That
has control over aggression and he can actually maintain. This woman is calling him a bitch. She's acting bipolar, honestly, or schizo. I don't know what you want to call it. But you're
right.
acting out against this man in every way possible. And he
He's
continues to stand
right.
and be respectful. He doesn't lash
Absolutely.
back out at you. He's not. So why are
He
y'all
should.
acting like this?
He, right. He's
No,
showcasing that strength. He's showcasing that strength has range.
right.
And I think because they're not in it, that they don't have to relate to it. But you don't know when you as a couple will have that moment. And
Right.
so instead of dragging him, you need to be elevating him and asking, hey, how do you get that peace?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had it in my relationship yet, but how do you get that peace? Um, because I honestly tell you the truth, and listen, I think we can all be real here. If he were to respond, he would have been dragged.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So,
Absolutely.
and it's just right is right and wrong is wrong. And the crazy thing is, everybody in the house is seeing it.
Exactly.
That's the crazy thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like one or two are believing it, but with everybody in the house is telling
Mm-hmm.
you doing too damn much, it's you. That's not editing. That
Listen,
is
not
you.
just everybody in the house, but you yourself have admitted that others previously you dated have said the exact same thing. And this is
Right.
what made you get mad, basically in the first place, because this man basically characterized you the same way you have been, which says a lot. Because if three or more people are saying the exact same thing, at what point are you gonna believe them? You just gonna keep saying
Exactly.
it's not you, okay?
Right.
Or you gonna keep getting the same result? But still, this man is has not gotten out of character.
Not
He's
one
not
time.
changing. He's not allowing her to get him to that point. But yet everybody keeps saying, well, he needs a stronger backbone. Honestly, I'm gonna say his back is strong as hell because he can
Yes,
take
it
the weight
is.
of being abused and manipulated and gaslighted and
Yes,
all the stuff that she's doing. He is taking that with such grace,
he is.
such respect.
Yeah.
Like we seen the very first episode that shit don't flag as hell. What's the name? And
Dominique
Dominic
and
and
Alexis.
Alexis, quick. The
Yeah.
disrespect, quick. So that just it keeps messing with me when they say that because it's like, no, he's showing more than you know what I'm saying. A man who has to be rough and tough and no,
Right.
if that's what she wanted, the man that's going to yoke her up and choke her up, and slam her down, then I don't think Brandon's that man for her. That's
Oh,
that's not
absolutely.
who
And
that's not who he is.
not to mention too, to those couples that are saying that, if that was the case, then why did she come on national TV with him and she wasn't attracted to him?
Right?
I'm gonna need y'all to use y'all logic. Look, thank God I'm not a co-host on the show, because Toronto Jones walked into the house, to throw a curveball. I listen. Toronto would, if me and her were co-hosting GG, she would do the announcements. I would come in to correct shit.
Listen, honestly, I feel like when it comes to her, she hold on. Sorry.
Oh, you're
Uh
good.
got the smoke in my lungs a little bit.
Understood.
Uh I wanna say something on your behalf, Braylon, because that straight pissed me off.
No,
That
I know.
straight pissed me off.
I know.
Like they want to act like smoking cannabis is a bad thing, but hell, okay. What if I make my platform that because I'm a connoisseur, I have my medical card. Like I live in a legal state. Like anyway, we'll get into that. But that was just bullshit. Anywho,
I appreciate the support, because child, I
um,
was like, whew, but it's all
yeah.
good.
But anyway, I had to inhale and smoke the whole time watching this shit, especially dealing with Sienna because I wanted to jump through the motherfucking screen and just choke her ass up my damn self.
Right.
But
No,
they
absolutely.
keep saying that she needs this strong, this rough and tough. To me, honestly, with her attitude, I feel like she needs a pussy. Like I feel like she likes a weak
Mhm.
man. She wants somebody that she can control. Like
Yeah, I will
she
agree.
gives me like this is honestly, I'm gonna say it. She gives me masculine behavior. She gives me that she wants to be the controller. She wants to be no, the way that she acts. No, she needs a man that she feels like is kind of like beneath her. Brandon is he's not that type of person that's gonna let you. You know what I'm saying? Just he's not gonna go there with you. Like the energy that you want and giving off. I'm sorry, his energy is kind of like above that, so he's not feeling what you want.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I don't. Yeah. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's move on. So, like I said, after the whole talk with Aaron and Diamond,
Hmm.
Brandon and Sienna were sitting there talking. They were fine. Then they end up cooking dinner for everybody.
Yes. A
You
very
know,
nice dinner, I might add. Okay,
so,
that was very
yeah,
nice.
Brandon must be a chef. I don't know what he does, but it was like three scenes. Every scene, he was in the kitchen cooking something. So evidently, he can cook. That's a good thing. Like, girl, Sienna, what are you doing? You got a man that can cook. He has positive energy. He can still stand on his own. He can hold on. This something else that pissed me off. Okay, you say that somebody said, well, she wants a leader and da 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 da. What are you saying? You saying this man can't lead her? I'm sorry, that what the what?
Because
Excuse
child,
me.
because child, if I was on, listen, there are so many spin-off shows from this show.
What kind of
I would,
leader
I
do you want? You want
no,
somebody that's gonna lead you to
absolutely.
hell or heaven?
No, I'm with you. And like I said, there's so many spin-off shows that can happen from this. If I was on, hey Brandon, do you really want to find love? Because we'll get 20 women and
Mm.
bring them to this house, and
Are you
we'll
ready
make
to
you a
love, Brandon?
bachelor.
Brandon, are
Hello,
you ready to love?
hello, and give him his own show. Because and you know what? Honestly, one thing that really used to happen was there was a show called Parental Control on MTV
Mm-hmm.
where the parents would not like the person, and so the parents would go out and find somebody else. And you know what the ex had to do? They had to
Watch.
sit there and
Sit
watch it.
there and watch.
So
Mm-hmm.
you know what I would do, Sienna. You are going to be a part of his process. His process. Yeah, you're going to help him find love. So we got these 20 women who have seen you and your season, and you're going to watch every day he goes on, and roll the cameras on Sienna. Like it's a producer's dream that's so screwed up, but it could happen because she's already done it.
And we see how you act if he talks to another woman.
Right.
So if she has any comments about, well, how was your past relationship, and you say anything about what happened, she gonna flip out.
Correct.
Which we'll get to that because that was just beyond crazy. But anyway, so they cooked dinner for everybody, and while having dinner, Aaron and Diamond, they have created a game to play.
Mm-hmm.
They pass around cards for everybody to fill out and do a voting system.
Yes.
So, first question was which couple is more dramatic? And
Yes.
unanimously, Sienna and Brandon.
12 votes, by the way.
12 votes.
I counted that down. Yes.
Right. I looked and said, okay, everybody. And everybody spoke up. Even Brandon, even they chose themselves because they knew how
Right.
things have been. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't really too much of a surprise.
Right.
So the next question was which couple would benefit from couples therapy?
Sienna and Brandon again.
Sienna and Brandon again. But
But
Aaron
mhm.
H, he was like,
Yes.
nah, Aaron and JoAnna,
Yep.
because they have no connection.
Come on, quiet part being said out loud.
Right. He let it be known. Like, no, I feel that they don't have a connection. And it's so crazy because did you see how JoAnna got defensive when it came to like trying to defend the relationship that they have? Like
Exactly.
when you sit there and have to justify that, oh, you don't want to be all up on your person and you're not clingy like that. You don't have to be clingy, but there's been really no interaction between you two.
No, absolutely.
The camera shows that y'all are always distant. Like y'all are distant apart. Y'all are not next to each other. He's never just rubbing your shoulder. I haven't seen y'all just hold hands and talk about what y'all are gonna do. Like,
I mean, even Millie said a very astute point of this is the first time that y'all are meeting in real life and y'all don't want to be around each other.
right.
Like, I mean, factual. What are you doing here?
Yeah, but she got so defensive when it came to, what was going on. And the reason why I feel like it's because she knows there's no connection. What are you going to do if you know the person you just and came miles and miles and miles to come see you?
Right.
You're on a show, you're like, you put your life out there and you're telling me like you have no connection to the point to where you'll try to defend it with uh, being defensive instead of actually showing like, hey, no, we have talks, we do this, we do that. Like there's no, people can see and they're only going off what you show them. I feel like this is the time where if there was a couple to self-eliminate, they should be the two. Or if there was a voting system where, okay, well, which couple doesn't have a good connection do y'all feel like doesn't really need this process?
Right.
Let's vote them out. I would say those two. And definitely Brandon and Sienna. I'd say Sienna needs to go. Brandon, we're going to do a spinoff. Here you go.
Yes.
Here's the guest house. We'll talk about details later. Sienna, you got to go.
Yeah.
Because we don't deal with physical abuse or verbal. And you continue to be verbally abusive to this man.
Yep, absolutely right. And not to mention too, I will say this, and we'll talk about this a little bit later because, Aaron J has a backbone a little bit because there is a thread of JoAnna talking about somebody else. And I think it happens in this scene, but let's keep going because that was a very astute point as well.
Okay, wait. There was a post of her talking about what another guy.
Yeah. I mean, it's in this scene. I think if I'm not mistaken, but let's go through all of them because
we're definitely going to talk about the connection that she has with Chris for sure. Because if anybody sees it, then you see it. Okay. But so the next question was, which couple is the most romantic?
It was
now. To me, I feel like it was Diamond and Aaron, honestly.
True.
I feel like they're the most romantic.
Yeah.
But I think, didn't they choose Millie and Greg?
No, they chose Shay and Josh.
Yeah, Shay and Josh, that's who it was. Which they are, because listen, they didn't use the boom boom room.
Right. I mean, after 12 damn years, I mean, at least you don't have to question their connection.
Right.
You can say whatever you want to about 12 years and you having a kid, but you can't do with her. That Josh is saying lies you tell.
Mm-hmm.
At least I'm showing up for mine.
Right.
And I give him credit for that. I do.
Yeah. He's definitely showing up. And we're going to talk about that because they sat down and talked with Diamond and Aaron as well. And, and even talked about the fact of him having a baby because, we talked about that too. So, respect to them. But, so, at that time, Chris was talking about who he felt like had the connection, right? And he was, giving his 2 cents and JoAnna chimed in and was in agreement and was talking and was smiling and was You know what I'm saying? Just everything he said, she was holding on to it.
Mhm.
And like you said, the quiet part being said, because
Yep.
every other couple recognized that
Yep.
and started talking about it. What did you think?
Yep. You know what? Honestly, I first of all shout out to Murray Productions and shout out to OWN for allowing the real to be reality in this show. Okay, because I think this might be the first show where nobody's questioning anything of what's on the screen. Can we just give? Can we make Can we make a little bit of a commotion for that? Just a little commotion. Cause yes, yes, yes. Um, and it's true. I'm just like, so you gonna disrespect your connection? And Chris was saying what he was saying about, you can't force something to be real. I think he says that a little bit later, but either way, it's just like what you saying, you're not even respecting Yo Sandia. It's just like, I just, shut up.
Listen, how things went later on when they was in that
Oh,
kitchen and what he was saying when Sandy was there was like, Lord have mercy, he is not taking the kids well at all. He is
I
not
mean,
seeing
good.
what's happening.
I mean, good damn. Like you and I are always on the same page, and she's right. I'm like, dude, what
Right, she's
the
right there.
hell? I'm like,
Why?
you have. I mean, you have moments of wisdom about everybody else, but then you throw yourself into the fiery furnace.
Listen, it's like, what do you like? So,
I
what
mean,
is your intention? Like,
I,
because are
I,
you there for Sandia or are you there to make other connections? Because you sat there and have said more about the connection you had with JoAnna than what you said about Sandia. You've been so
right.
standoffish with her and making it known that she's not your girlfriend. Y'all aren't exclusive. Like, damn.
Absolutely. I mean, it's
Okay.
like, I mean, it's like, I mean, and I'll just say this to say this is for example. There are tests to let you know if someone's too young for you. So, like, if I say the fiery furnace story, you know, you might say Veggie Tales. But if I say broccoli, celery,
Valerie.
carrots, if you can't say Veggie Tales at the end of that, I'ma look at you weird. And
The
if you say
bunny. Oh,
carrots,
the bunny.
and then and then if you say eggplant, mother ucker, there was no eggplant in the. You know what? Go to the corn. Go to the damn corn. Did no. So that's why I felt like with Chris, he was saying broccoli, celery, and then he just threw off the whole VeggieTale song by
Right.
talking to JoAnna. We'll talk about it a little bit more later because I just, whew, okay.
Yeah. And she. So when the next question came up about which couple is most in need of the intimacy suite, and it was
Right.
chosen that Billy and Greg. Of
Mm-hmm.
course, Chris spoke up, and JoAnna was. Did you see the face? Like her face, she was just
Yes.
every
Oh
time
my
he
God.
speaks, she is all eyes, and her mouth is. She's just like in Wonderland.
And did you see Aaron J's reaction? He closed his eyes.
Yeah. And Cynthia was not having it. When she sat down, she was just like, "Are
Both
you
of
like?
them,
Why is she so like? Come on now."
like
Okay.
like like Sandia was out there, and Aaron J was just like, you know what? I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm gonna let y'all have
Right.
this.
He was just like, I'm ready to just go to sleep because I know I
and
ain't
you
about to get none.
and you know what? I have to say, even though we said the earrings reminds us of somebody, at least he's got a backbone.
Something. Yeah, we'll say
At least
that.
there's at least there's a heart check compass in him to be like, okay, wait a minute. Now I know we ain't spending time together, but you invested in him, and I'm right here. I'm gonna shut my eyes so you can have this.
Right. Go ahead, have him. That's almost what it is. Just like, go ahead. Just. Mm. So the next question was asked: which couple is the least compatible? And unanimously,
Brandon
It
and
was
Sienna.
Brandon and Sienna. Which couple argues the most?
Brandon and
Brandon and
Sienna.
Sienna.
But you
Which
know what
couple is
though?
the most toxic?
Brandon and
Brandon
Sienna.
and Sienna.
But you know what though? I will say this because it felt like a pile on, but I feel like they're saying that for Sienna and not for Brandon.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's the
Absolutely.
only
But
reason.
but the person she is not going to allow her to admit who she is. Just like
Right.
so let's just go to this part because Taronda comes in afterwards and lets them know
Yes.
that hey, your family, your friends, people closest to you, they're gonna be here in the morning, to give y'all some insight on, what's going on or how they feel, whatever the case is.
Right.
So
But
the next morning,
I love how she set that up though. Because for
yeah,
one, I mean, she's keeping with the hat thing. I said like, hey, listen, keep that thing going because that's Mama Bear. You know what I mean?
right.
But she came in and said, "Oh, this is nice. Who cooked it?"
Mhm.
She laid it up so good where she was really just, "Hey y'all, how y'all do?" So listen, I know that this experience is already a lot for you, but we're gonna bring real life into real life. And your
Mhm.
family gonna be here tomorrow. Y'all have a good night.
Right.
And
Right.
I
Keep that same energy, y'all. Everybody's good. Everybody, listen, keep this
right.
same energy.
And listen, I know that this is the first season. They're trying to figure themselves out. But somebody would be like, wait one damn minute. Can you come back here one more time and tell me that again? Oh yeah, your family gonna be here. Okay, that's what I thought you said. Okay, you have a good night too. Like, if somebody would have done that, I would have applauded it because I'm just like, okay, this is a little too damn early. It's a little
Mhm.
too damn early. You know what I mean? But of course, Taronda is just doing what production has told her to do. She's not doing it to be malicious. But I just thought that was just a funny moment of laying it up so good. And just like, all right, y'all have a good night. It's like, how's my night going to be good? I ate a good meal and now I'm going to have something come in the morning that could, oh, Lord, okay.
She said, keep that same energy, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all good now? Keep that same energy, okay?
That part.
So, next morning comes.
Mm-hmm.
The crew was in there playing charades, but then also um, Brandon's friend Matt comes. He's the first one
Yes.
to come.
Mm-hmm.
Him and Brandon, he introduces Brandon to Sienna and they
Yes.
go out and they talk, about
Mm-hmm.
what's going on.
Correct.
One thing I want to point out, because his friend said something, I'm going to tell you, people are only, you know what I'm saying? They're going to tell you the truth. Like sometimes it's crazy some things that you can catch on camera.
Right.
Or even just like when you have a genuine friendship and you can tell a person something and they truly know you, it's very shocking their reaction when you tell them somebody's like done something that's out of character to what you're accustomed to or who
Correct.
you are. Because when he was letting his friend know about, the back and forth with Sienna and how she called him a bitch, his friend was like, what? He's like, you don't get out of character like you. And he said he's known him since the third grade.
Yes.
Hey, you don't get out of character and like somebody has to really,
Push
really
you there.
push you
Yeah.
in order for you to get out of character. And one thing that he said that I felt like was so powerful, he said, I'm not letting her get my energy. I'm not giving her my energy. I
Right.
said, you know what? 3 snaps, you better not. Keep that energy.
Absolutely
You don't
right.
listen here. Just because you have a toxic person around you, that does not mean they deserve to get the best of you. No, don't
That's
let
it.
them, you know,
That's it.
let them get you off to a point where, now you just like, damn, are you stooping down to their level?
Right.
That's why I was saying it was pissing me off that they was like, even, maybe she needs somebody that's tougher and rougher. Maybe she does, because he's definitely not the type of person that needs a woman like her at all.
Oh, No, I feel you. I absolutely do. And you know what? It was good to see men on TV actually investing and loving on each other. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate that, and that's how I. And like I said, we only know what we know from TV, but for that to air like that, that was real. Brandon has not shown himself any different.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that there, and then of course we get to Josh and Shay, and not to mention too. Now, tell me what you think about this. I know we've said that nephew Tommy needs like a translator, but I feel like Aaron and Diamond could be in-house mentors on Ready to Love
Yeah, absolutely. Mm-hmm.
because they have that energy where it's like they're gonna be about right is right, wrong is wrong,
Yeah.
and they're not gonna be swayed by nothing but the truth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And just showing how they pulled Sienna and Brandon aside and did that you know what I'm saying, kind of therapy session like that. Yeah, they absolutely would be great on Ready to Love. Listen here, we have in-house couple therapists, you know, or however you want to,
Absolutely.
however you want to do that. But yeah, still have them as in-house counselors, or relationship experts, however you want to format it. But yeah,
Absolutely.
they definitely would be a great benefit to Ready to Love. And even if they, keep this season going, have them as in-house counselors or
Yeah,
experts,
absolutely. Absolutely.
because I think that would definitely help. Because during that time, they pulled Josh and Shay together.
Yes, they do.
They pulled them out, started talking to them about what they had been going through and how their relationship transpired and what transpired. And it came up the fact that, Josh has this young baby.
Hmm.
And Josh and Shay have been together 12 years, and I think he has, what, a 3-year-old?
Yes, a 3-year-old, and from what he
And the
said,
13-year-old. So she knew about
yes,
the other child, but the 3-year-old is the one that, you know,
correct,
happened during the relationship. But yeah, you're
right,
right. She said she knew about it right when it happened. He didn't wait and lie to her.
right. And I love the fact how how Josh is saying, listen, in so many words, I can't change what happened. It was a roommate situation. It was what it was, but this is mine. And I love how when the conversation was brought up, he did attack Diamond for the question. Um, he breathed in his truth.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think people seem to not realize, Gigi, it takes many people to make the world go around. The calmness that Aaron H has is a different calmness than Josh has. Josh is that homeboy from around the way where he's like, listen, this don't feel right, and I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Josh is, and I'm going to say this with a lot of love, Josh. Josh was like Forrest Gump. You know what? I'm gonna go home now.
Shit.
But I mean that in love. I really do because it's true. It is so true. And what I mean by that is like, Josh is not gonna put up with too much that don't feel right to him. So if
Right.
he doesn't feel that is right, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna go home now because it's too much. But then you
Okay.
have the calmness of Aaron H with that wisdom, right? So calmness has levels to it. So I meant all that with love. I really did.
Okay.
What? What did I say wrong? I'm celebrating a black man in touch with his emotionality.
Okay. Anyway. Okay, we're not gonna laugh at that because I understand what you mean. I just,
Yes.
Anyway, moving on.
We
But
know
yeah, they
purpose.
stood in that. They stood in their truth, though. You know what I'm saying? He even let me know. Like, hey, she was upset, which was understandable.
Mhm.
He didn't, try to make her feel bad for being upset, but she still stuck by him. And he knows now that he's not going to do that again. And she's all he wants, which is, you know, that's what you strive for. You strive for change. If
Absolutely.
because I'm not saying that cheating is definitely is terrible, and it happens way too often. But sometimes you can work through certain shit like that because people make mistakes. Now, if you're just gonna keep doing it, you're just gonna be an asshole. Yeah, that's different. But when you can learn from it and you know that like, hey, that's not something I want to do. That's not the life I want to have.
Correct.
It, you make the changes to do better. Um, so yeah, I'm glad that they was able to work that out and strive to do it. And you can actually see like they do have a strong connection because when he said, "Look, I like the way she looks at me. The way she looks at me, just listen."
Hmm.
I understand that because I'm gonna tell you, I look at my husband the same way, and he's like, "Girl, you better stop looking at me." I'm like, "Look, I'm just looking at you." And he's like, "No, you look," and I'm like, "Look, I can't see my eyes, okay? I can't see what my eyeballs is doing, but I know what I'm looking at." But yeah, so I definitely love Shay and Josh. I'm rooting for
Yeah.
them.
No, for sure. For sure.
But let's move on to this heifer. Oh, this heifer hill.
You mean your sister. Now don't
Oh,
disrespect your sister.
yeah, you know what? And I don't like her. She should have been swallowed. Mm, somebody should have pushed her in the toilets.
Look, oh, that really we gotta go there. Oh my lord, my lord.
Mm, I'm just saying.
Okay,
I'm just.
all
Oh,
right.
she
Well,
just. She just seems so evil. Just. Oh, she just. Oh, she just. I don't like her. Okay. So
and
listen.
and Sienna did admit a lot out. So let's go ahead and talk
She.
about it.
Let's get into the bullshit. So Sienna's friend Gigi, actually, matter of fact, my name is Gigi. Hers is Gigi. So Gigi comes, and the first thing Sienna does, gaslights. What does she start talking about? How he was talking to another woman behind my back in the house to make it look like, you know what I'm saying? He was just doing her wrong, talking to another woman about some other shit.
Exactly, but not mentioning the fact that you was talking to Craig.
Right. Did you say that you was talking to a man too behind his back? And did you sit
Uh-huh.
there and tell him what you and Greg talked about? But anyway, then
Hmm.
she brings up the Kama Sutra and was like, when we did it, we picked one and he was just like, I'm bored. Girl, did you tell her about how you were sitting there on this man's lap as if you was just trying to watch TV? Like you looked like you were meditating. Like that was not no, I'm about to, you know what I'm saying? Woo wop bam. Like
That part.
no, you looked as though you were just sitting there uncomfortably, just doing an exercise for a couples therapy. Like you. And then when later on, she was like, I didn't have time to get, warmed up when she was talking to Shay later. Like, girl, stop it. Because if you have that chemistry with him, and if it was flowing like that, then you would have, hell, you would have had it.
Exactly.
You act like you're the only couple there. There were several other couples there who are going through the same exact process you are, and they had more chemistry.
Right.
Like they showed the chemistry that they had with the partner that they had because they actually feel that connection with them.
I mean, even JoAnna and Aaron J have no chemistry. They had chemistry and not having chemistry. I mean, really, come on now.
Hmm. It's like, listen, Sienna just To me, I think she's fake. Um, she's definitely a narcissist. You can see the gaslighting. Like that shit is just crazy to me because you basically made this man out to be like a backstabber, a liar, like a manipulator. Like you made this man as though he is just like doing you so bad when that is not the case. He is trying to instill positivity. He's trying to be around you. He's trying to, you know, build a connection with you, and you keep on finding things to trigger yourself into becoming irate.
Exactly. Basically
Like
saying,
and you're taking it to 1,000.
basically saying, you a lie, and you a cheat, and I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you no more. I can't do it as good as Keke Palmer, and I can't do it as good as the legendary Angela Bassett, but damn it, I'm gonna give it the good old college mother and damn try. By the way, y'all, we do not rehearse what we're going to say to each other before we go live. We do not. We do not. Damn.
Good damn. But exactly. Did you want to lie? And you would cheat?
Cheat.
And I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you, I don't want you. What's love got to do with it? Okay.
Yeah. Oh my God.
What is it?
This damn show. This damn show we do. Oh my Lord. Okay.
Okay. Let me get myself back together. But anyway, yes, you are making this man out to be everything but what he is. When I say, uh, I've never seen it worse in a woman before. I, this is crazy.
I mean, this is on a different level than Janelle.
Janelle, poor thing, she ain't got nothing on her.
Not a thing.
But listen, so we got Diamond. She calls her daughter, so she's talking to her daughter over the phone about Aaron and about how, what I'm saying, listen, I am here for them. Aaron, Diamond, I am here for y'all.
Absolutely.
Y'all y'all listen, goals, okay? Listen, y'all can do it. Y'all can definitely do it.
And praise God for the orange creamsicle dress. Amen. Praise him. Hallelujah.
Listen, she be looking good, okay? Listen, come through with it. Come through, ma'am.
Jesus.
Listen, showcase the curves because curves need love too, okay?
Listen, if I was Aaron H, you know what I would do, Gigi? I would pack my bags and Diamond's bag and just move into the intimacy. Intimacy.
No, ain't nobody else coming in here. I'm sorry, Shane Josh, y'all are not coming in here.
And oh my God, the Taronda is like, wait a minute, where did y'all move? Y'all moved into the suite? Well, I mean, it wasn't claimed by nobody, so.
Well, you have a 3-day minimum. I mean, a 3-day max.
Exactly. I'm just like
everybody else might want to use the room.
That part. And I would say, Trishonda, do you not see who he has? I'm gonna need everything in that suite to eat, devour, and pull her hair as rings. Do you listen, Taronda? They moved in. Ain't nobody else getting in there. Hell. Mm-hmm. Now I'm gonna need Diamond to bring an auntie for Bray, okay? Cause listen, no.
Now bring an auntie for Bray. Like what?
Yes. Meanwhile, production, shut your ass up.
Right.
Oh my Lord. But no,
like,
go ahead.
Do we have to do this every season? Every season, Braylon.
You bring fiction
every season.
y'all cause my y'all cause my thick conniptions. Okay, I always have a conniption over thick women every time. Y'all bring on these thick women to trigger me to get this as content. This is y'all fault. This ain't mine. So wait, if you mean tell me we bring on skinny women, you ain't gonna react? I'm not. What? Why react to something that's not there? Bravely, we on TV, okay, and you put me on TV. You are Shannon Sharp and I am Cat Williams. You getting upset with me and you gave me a camera to be on. You mic'd me up. This is on you, not on me.
Yeah, that's when we got to say, you know what, just keep going. Just roll, just keep going.
Wait, we gonna keep this in the show? Just roll.
Just roll. Just keep rolling, okay? Just keep rolling.
But no, I thought the conversation with her daughter was so sweet. You know what I mean? I always feel a way about kids being on TV, but I'm assuming that with this production team, they talked with Diamond about is it okay if she gets featured, because what y'all may or may not know is everybody who comes on the show has to sign an NDA form.
Mm-hmm.
And they gotta sign that gives permission. And sometimes, most of the time, you actually can't really talk about it until it airs on TV, really. But I appreciate the fact that Diamond spoke with her daughter and didn't talk at her.
Mm-hmm.
It was a very mature.
Well, it looks like her daughter, is, I'm not gonna say she's grown, but she looks old enough to understand like what's been going on, especially if her mom's been talking to me for 5 years. Pretty sure she's understanding of the whole thing and the process. And it looks like she's very respectful and very open to the process of her mom finding love. She's not like one of those kids who's just like, no, you don't need to date anybody. Just, you know what I'm saying? Let it just be us. Like it looks like she wants her mom to find love and have love. And that's wonderful.
Oh, absolutely. And not to mention too, there was something that was clarified. It was Aaron H that was crying.
Yes.
I was like, I did not know that, because the first episode we heard somebody cry, but we didn't know who it was. We didn't know if it was Diamond or him.
Right.
So that he cried, listen. I'm just like, okay, listen, if there's not a spinoff show with these two, I'm gonna be pissed.
Right. Go ahead, give it to him. Yeah, they definitely deserve either a spinoff show or to be a part of the show permanently in some way.
Yes, absolutely, without question.
Yeah. They are definitely great alum for the show. So let's move on, because we got some more with Sienna gaslighting Brandon at the end.
Sure.
So Millie and Greg sip champagne in the hot tub.
Yes.
Okay, they sipping a little bit of bubbly, they talking, they getting cuddly.
Mm-hmm.
And then they kiss. And I'm going to tell you, that kiss looked so awkward to me. It did not look like Millie was really wanting to kiss him. And I was wondering why it looked like that.
Yeah. And then she saw with the ladies, and she says she wants things to happen organically. It's like, okay, well, if you keep wanting something to happen organically, he's going to feel like, well, damn, like, what am I here for? Like, here's the thing.
Like, how much slower do you want this to go? Because
exactly,
y'all been already talking 3 years online.
Yes, and y'all live in the same damn city.
Same city, same state. 3 years. There's no fucking way. There's no way I'm going to talk to you for 3 years online and on the phone, and we live in the same city and state, and we don't link up in 3 years, not once in 3 years. No, there's something that's holding us back from actually making that connection further. And I think that's something that needs to be explored, because what is it that would keep you from being with a person that you say you want to be with, you can see yourself marrying, and how can you say that when you're not even willing to meet them in this? Listen,
She
come on
felt
now.
she felt like kissing was having sex. And she's like, I want to be slower. How slow do you want it? You want what? Do you want him get you now when you were in elementary school, Gigi, when all this was in elementary school, you know how like you got a pack of 20 Valentine's Day cards, and it was the smallest Valentine's Day card because you knew you had to get one for everybody. And you wrote, to so and so, to so and so. And you couldn't write a lot of words on because you were in elementary school, but it just said, you are a nice person. You want him to go that slow to give you a little tiny elementary school card, love? Like, how slow do you want this thing? You're on national TV for a show called The Never Ever Mets, where y'all never met each other in real life. How slower do you want it? You're on national TV. Okay.
Or she wants it as slow as the, do you like me? Check yes or no.
You know what?
Because I don't know. Does she like him? I want to know. Check yes or no. Because your talk is great, and this is something else that gets me. You want him to go slow, but y'all have been in the same city and state for 3 years talking to each other. How much slower do you want to go? At this point, y'all need to speed it up. You need to zoom past. Like 3 years talking, and you're telling me that you still want to go slow. You still want to barely hold hands. Like, yeah, it's cool if we can touch each other and you can hold me, but I don't want to kiss because that's just too much and I'm not ready yet. Girl, what are you?
You're not ready.
Move at your own pace. I'm not saying, you have to rush or nothing like that, but at least show that there's some type of liking or progression. Like, where's the progression?
Right. No, I'm with you. You don't like him, but yet you went on national television to meet him. Okay.
Listen, let's just try to get over the fact that they live in the same city and state and have been talking for 3 years.
Yes.
Let's just let that sink in first.
No,
because I don't understand that. I cannot wrap my head around it.
I don't think anyone does. And like I said, we don't know if there's going to be a reunion, but the questions are really generating themselves with this show, Gigi. They really are. Yeah. Because that's one question I would be like, so Millie, y'all have lived in the same city and state. And y'all been talking for 3 years. You want to go more slow with him, but yet you go on national TV. How slower do you want it? And
listen, living in the same city and state for 3 years, at some point in time, we are bound to have had cross paths in some way, shape, or form. There's no way in hell you're telling me 3 years you're in the same place that you cannot make the time to meet up. You can't go to the Waffle House. Y'all couldn't have met up at Lamert Park. I'm sorry, well, y'all kind of don't look like Lamert Park people, but it's possible. But still, y'all could have met up at, anywhere.
Yeah, y'all could have got a resident pass from Disneyland and went to Disneyland, took your resident pass discount. Like, just come on now.
Like anything. Do you know how many memories could have been made in 3 years living in the same city and state?
Right.
Do you know how many? Come on now. Like, no.
Child.
There's no. 3 years. And then now that we finally meet, it's almost like the connection is
non-existent.
I don't know. It's awkward. Are we doing this for cameras, Millie? I love you, girl, but what are we doing? What are we doing?
Exactly.
Because I feel like Greg is kind of in there. He wants it. Of course, he probably wants sex. Of course, 3 years, why not? Who's going to sit there and act like, that's not a thing? It is.
Right.
But I do feel like he wants the relationship. He,
Yeah.
he's about the relationship too. But yeah, so let's let's move on to So it did like some back and forth snippets. Like it showed Aaron sucking Diamond's toes, then it went to Sienna gaslighting Brandon about talking to Millie.
Oh, and
Um,
Aaron, and let me tell you, Aaron H and Diamond in the hot tub was yes indeed. Thank you, Jesus.
let's say them in the hot tub was hot tubbing, huh?
I'm like, thank you, Jesus. I'm like, yes, yes, yes. You know that moment is when you get you a Moscow Mule. Oh, don't mind me. I'm just watching Black Love. Cheers to y'all.
Right.
Braylon, will you get your ass up? Say about you. Hey, listen. Are y'all bothered by me now? You see, they said it under duress, and you making me under duress. Fine, I will go.
No, because remember they said they like being watched, so I don't think they would have a problem.
There you go. There you go.
Now production would need to be able to film, but you'd be in the damn way.
Okay, see, you ain't got.
Like, can you move to the side at least? No, go to the side. You're in the shot.
Okay,
Braylon, we need to frame this up, and I need you to move to the side. So,
okay,
Braylon, I'm about to push you. I'm about to push you in. I'm about to push you in, Braylon. No, I'm about to push you in.
Aren't you the professional that should know what to do? Oh, you big man. Oh, you big man. Oh, you big man. Now listen, if you
okay, guess what?
Now if you
that's why Jill Scott called and she said she's on her way.
You know what? I already knew she was coming because I saw the call sheet early this morning. See, y'all now, if you want to push me in the pool, I'm dragging that camera in the pool. You want to do that? You know what, Bray?
Yeah.
Right. Let's not do that because equipment's expensive. You're damn right.
Equipment is too damn expensive.
Let's roll on.
You're damn right, it's so expensive.
And you know I will do it too. So don't play with me.
See, that's why we can never film around a pool with you. No pool scenes with breathing around at all. No. But see, I'll be tempted to push you in, but I know that he'll turn around and grab one of you, so you can't be in that reach. So
that part.
You stand over there and we'll catch you.
That part.
But yeah, so it goes to which part was it? Wait, yeah. So Chris and JoAnna.
And by the way,
JoAnna.
By the way, Marier made an appearance.
Listen, not the Grand Marier making an appearance.
There was some Grand Marnier. If you go back, there is a bottle of Grand Marnier.
Grand Marnier.
They were mixing because they were doing mixology lessons.
Yeah.
And I saw that Grand. I'm like, you know what? Not ready to love coming on this show. You know what? I'm done.
Yeah, because Sandia was sitting there. She was mixing them drinks, wasn't she?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but as Chris was talking about how much of a connection he has with JoAnne. His Jody. And as he's talking about how their connection's genuine and it's authentic and it just comes easily, and you see,
got force anything.
Yeah, right. You see Aaron sitting there looking like, okay. And you see Sandia, she looked like she ready to turn the table. I ain't gonna lie, she looked like she was ready to turn the table. I wouldn't blame her. Listen, hold on, you doing a little too much on me. Now you done already told the fellas that we ain't together and we ain't exclusive, and you still be dating and women like you. And now you're sitting here in my face talking about how you have such a genuine connection with another woman. That's weird.
Mm-hmm. In front of my face? Okay.
In front of my face. You have not said those words about you and I at all. You haven't even had that sentiment about us or the relationship. And I'm speaking of, like that's how Cindy would be. That's not
Right.
me. But still, he hasn't spoken out once about the connection with her. But you're talking about the connection with Sandy or with the JoAnne?
Exactly.
Oh, listen, I feel that if if there was a curveball to where, hey, is there anyone in here who's not feeling their connection? If not, if you could switch with someone, who would it be? And they was the I would feel like Chris would try a connection with JoAnne, and they
Oh,
would
without
probably
question.
have. I bet you she'd want to be around Chris then, because she seems like she wants. Because she always, was saying, "Oh, I don't have to be around the person that I'm with." And every time I see the person, or every time I walk through the house, I see y'all all cuddled up with your partners, and I'm just not like that. But I bet you, if she was partnered with Chris, she would be like that.
You
Whether
know
it's
what?
that she was cuddled up with him, she would still be attentive. She would still be there to listen. She would be talking to him. They would be at least, in the same room together. She would be wanting to work out or go outside. And I bet you that it would be different then. It's just that she don't have that connection with Aaron.
You know what I feel if I was a producer, Gigi? I would send out JoAnna and Chris on a date out through LA and watch this. Hello, I'm Joey Greco off of Cheaters. So on this day, we saw JoAnna and Chris at Disney. And on this day, they went to Pacific Park. I'm so damn petty. But listen, if y'all haven't seen Cheaters, I'm not making fun of Joey Greco. He is a television legend. But his cadence on, you see on this day, she goes upstairs. She's there for many hours. And she comes back downstairs and gets her car and goes back home. Like, just do the experiment and let Aaron see it. And let's see what his reaction is. Just do it on hidden camera. And let's just see. Because that's where I'm at with it. Oh, Lord.
Wait, so you saying, wait, let me, hold on. So you saying putting Aaron out or just, oh,
Not putting Aaron out now. I'm talking about Chris and JoAnna
and
going to the
JoAnna,
dentist.
so almost doing like you said the parental control thing again, but this time it's a hidden camera. Like,
Exactly.
listen,
And
let's just see
and
what y'all gonna do. Mm-hmm.
exactly. And
Okay.
with cheaters, when they bring the footage and they say, "Oh, and on this day
Right.
they did this, this, and that," and you know how the
Mm-hmm.
person gets more pissed at the footage that's being revealed, right?
Right.
That just do the experiment, and then I would say the slowest cadence Aaron J, we know where they are right now. Now, if Aaron J would say, "Well, Braylon, you dumb fuck, I know where they are. We're all on the show together." First of all, I'll be so proud of him for recognizing where he is. But also, I don't feel like he would really go there. But I'm like, do you want to go confront them? Hey, you two. Hey, you two. Hey, listen. See, y'all been on hidden camera all day. Huh? Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you did kiss him there? Oh, y'all went to Adam and Eve and swung on a swing, didn't you? Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So what's going on over here? There ain't nothing going on. Chat. I don't think that's gonna happen, but that would be hilarious.
See, they ass is sneaking out of the room, meeting up at 2 a.m.
You know what? I don't wish this, but what if Chris and JoAnna went to the intimacy suite?
What if they what?
What if Chris and JoAnna went to the intimacy suite?
You know what? I was
Listen.
gonna say that, but I was gonna say, how would they sneak that past people? Or they just wouldn't even sneak it because neither one of them really have a connection that says he's not officially dating Sandia,
Right.
and she definitely ain't officially dating Aaron.
Right.
It wouldn't be cheating.
Exactly.
Huh. So what if they did end up swapping connections and end up finding out that they like each other more than the connections that they have?
That would be a really fucked up thing.
Oh shit.
Um, you know. And also too, I think here's the thing. I think sometimes on reality shows, sometimes you have to be seen so you can be known. And I think that Sandia um, probably has a lovely personality, and she is ready for the next level. She just hasn't found the one yet. Maybe she might need to be, maybe she might needs to be seen so she could be embraced by the right one. Real talk. And I do pray that for her that she, because of this show, because she is being seen, that somebody will reach out to her that's actually good and treat
Hmm.
her right.
Yeah. So it goes to where Aaron and Diamond are getting ready to go to the intimacy suite. They
Yes.
packing up, and Diamond is ready to go. But
And
you know,
and the jiggle is jiggling down the stairs. Oh, Father God, I would just been, I
and
would just been
she made
cramping on the
she
way
made a
back.
great statement. She said, listen, I love to please people, especially my partner. You
Yes.
know, and she likes her, pleasing herself. Yeah, but she said she made a deal with God that she was going to save herself from marriage.
Yes.
And that's what she's doing. So right now, them going to the intimacy suite is merely just to be able to cuddle and
Right.
hold each other and just see this is what you call intimacy. People think
Right.
it's sex. No,
It's not.
it's the lead up. It's the holding, the talking,
Yes.
the rubbing feet, the what I'm saying, just holding hands, giving massages. It's levels. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
So, and with them being older, they definitely get it. They understand
Absolutely.
and they know what it
Without
means
question.
to, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They know and they understand that what they have and what they're building on is more important than the act of being
Absolutely.
together.
Absolutely. And not to mention too, what I really loved about that scene was even though she's committed to God for her for sex, that doesn't mean she doesn't have that energy for him
Right.
because she wanted to go to that suite.
Hmm.
So you don't go to that suite if you don't have that energy. So I'm proud that she recognized herself, but also recognized her flesh too. Like, listen, I can't go there, but Lord
Right.
Jesus, I want to.
Listen,
And she was
she's holding
and
herself. She's holding it.
listen,
So,
and she was moaning as he was sucking. So
of course,
there
listen.
was something there.
So yeah, he definitely was letting it be known that he wants her. Okay, in every way. He's very attracted to her. You can tell he has love for her. He's in
Mhm.
love with her like that. Yeah, he definitely. I feel like they definitely are a great match and belong together. So again,
Yes,
kudos to them. Shout out to them. Definitely want the very, very, very best for them because they are definitely needed. Seeing black love as beautiful as that is, it's wonderful to see, and we need to see more of it.
yes.
So,
Oh Lord, we gotta talk about these people. Not Brandon. I love Brandon. Okay, I guess we have to.
so all day things have been okay. Now, earlier, before we get into this, we're gonna double back real quick, and we're gonna talk about how earlier we talked about Aaron and Diamond sitting down and talking to them about what the issues are with them.
Correct.
Okay,
Correct. Yes.
in that conversation, it was not brought up the fact that he spoke to Millie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Now, I have a theory about this, but before I get to that theory, I'm going to go on and I'm going to get your opinion.
Sure.
So, they did not talk about this earlier, but after everything dies down and things are starting to wind down, Sienna is sitting there on the bed and she's talking to Shay. And, Shay is trying to get, she's folding clothes. I don't really think she was too much paying attention, but she was talking to her, But Sienna was, of course, gaslighting the situation and talking about how, she felt about him saying that she was, he was bored when they did the Kama Sutra, and
Correct.
And how she was like, oh, is that he's bored of me? I take it that he's bored of me. Like, she just took it somewhere else. And I think she even did bring up the fact of him talking to another woman. Or no, that was after the fact that it happened. It was after the fact she talked about it. But still, they were talking about how, he didn't basically put in effort either with the Kama Sutra. Like, it was, it was all him. It wasn't the fact of how she was sitting there. Like, she did say, oh, I didn't have time to warm up. So, whatever. So Brandon walks in so he can come talk to her. And before shit could even go anywhere and he could even come smile and, he told her that he made some tea, he's trying to be nice. She goes straight to him talking to Millie. And it wasn't even, you talking to another woman about me. And I don't know what you said. What'd you say?
And y'all all are living in the house together for 3 weeks, you dumb fuck. And not to mention you were talking to Greg. God damn.
I can't get over the fact. Listen, you were talking to Greg too, okay?
That part.
You were talking to Greg too. So, and you, come on. So why are you not throwing that up? Or did you tell him what you said to Greg? And you act like he just was like, no, I'm not going to tell you nothing. No, he was trying to let you know, well, some of the stuff that was said, was basically private for him, which that's fine. But even as he was trying to explain it, I mean, and listen, I understand you feeling some type of way if you're saying, okay, well, what I said to her was private. Okay, if you're one of those women, you want to take it that way, that's fine. I mean, but even if he was trying to explain himself and even say, hey, look, this is what I said, she was not giving him the chance to say it.
Exactly.
Like, you kept cutting him off, you kept getting irate, and just start getting real mannish, like real rude and shit. So before I go into my theory, go ahead and tell me what you think.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, to tell you the truth, what I thought about that was, first of all, he didn't say anything rude to you. Well, I'm sorry, not that he didn't say anything rude to you, but he didn't say anything rude about you, rather. He really did. All he said was that shit is just adding up. And Millie said that he was a good guy and that you said he was a good guy. You know what I mean? So that's how I truly felt about it. But even if I feel like he said, you can't win for losing. Because if he would have said the truth, well, why are you saying shit's adding up? You asked me the question of what I said. And I know we haven't got to Shay yet. I'm not going to put too much on Shay. But that whole thing about, well, why couldn't he say what he said? And it just seemed like Brandon is just the punching bag for no reason. Because there's a conversation that happens downstairs. I know we're not at that part. We'll get to that. But that was my genuine reaction, because she was so amped, and they were in bed where you're supposed to be calm in bed. Like, you.
No, and then you just kept going on talking about, what'd you say about me? What, like he said something so terrible. I don't even know. You talked to another woman and said something about me, and I don't even know what you said. You could have said anything. Why would you think? Listen, you got to look at this man's character, and you got to look at how he is. He's not that type of person that's going to be talking shit about you. If he's saying and telling her like, hey, for him, things are adding up and stacking up because of the behavior that you're showing, that's okay. That's for him. That's how he feels. So you can't sit there and keep accepting or or keep acting like this man is a problem and he's just doing something so wrong. Because she even brought up, well, it'd be if I talked to Greg and said something or talked to another man and said something and didn't tell you what I said. Did you tell him what you said? Because even though the fact of when he was talking to Millie, you came in there. So you heard part of the conversation. And you
Exactly.
probably heard what was said before you got in there because it seemed like within a moment that you was walking in as they were talking about it.
And guess what? Here's the crazy thing, right? As she was walking in, she didn't have a reaction to anything.
Right.
Because if it was a reaction, you would have said something right then. So you're gaslighting him. And shout out to production for bringing back the throwback clip, please, and thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Because if this reunion happens, your ass deserves to be your ass deserves to be dragged. I'm sorry. Because your reality is bullshit.
Yeah, like you're going to 1,000 for no fucking reason. You're steady wanting to be disrespectful to this man. And finally he's like, he's had enough. He's about to walk off and he puts his foot on not even on like the mattress, but the wood frame of the bed.
Right.
And you tell him to move his foot in a very aggressive way.
Right. Get your foot off the fucking bed. You know what I would have said? Give me one moment. Can I see that pillow real quick? Nope, don't see your name on any of this. Like, good damn.
But look, he takes his foot off, and as he's walking away, she's still yelling, "Get your foot off the fucking bed!" Like, come on, he already did, girl. You wanted to keep going as if he just kept it up there and was, trying to pick on you, girl. No, he was walking away. He's still yelling the same shit.
Right.
They're talking about if you can't tell me what you said about me, then just go on, go. Okay, he was about to say, "Look, I'm done. This is these." He came back in there, was about to say, "I'm done," but he ended up walking out, keeping his cool, and going downstairs.
And you still hear her screaming.
Yeah.
And with Chris, I'm just like, okay, bro, I'm gonna need you to quit being the voice of reason for everything else and start.
Yep. And Chris stops, and he definitely becomes like, "Yo, what's her problem, and why is she yelling now? Like, what is going on? What is the problem?"
Right.
And and it's so crazy because Brandon really was trying to, like, come on, that situation just happened. He couldn't even get his thoughts together. Like, come on.
Right.
That shit is triggering.
He said he's still trying to recover from that. I'm just like, this dude is emotionally intelligent.
Right. Like, come on. This woman keeps attacking him, and this is, like, what is he supposed to do? Like, what is he supposed to do? Is he
And then Shay comes downstairs after talking with child. I can't.
Talking with Sienna. Because Shay was in there, so she pretty much heard it. Sorry, hold on.
Oh, you're good.
Shay was close by, so she pretty much heard everything. But still, even when she came in there, Sienna tried to gaslight. Was like, he was talking to another woman about me, and I asked him what he said, and he's talking about it's none of my fucking business. No, he didn't. He didn't say nothing like that. He was just letting you know that some things that was said was private, but
that should be private.
But see, this is the thing. This man could have been said. Some things that were being said are private, but this is what was said, or this is the gist of it, or whatever. But she never gave him a chance to even come to where it's like, yo, let me get my thoughts together and let me explain to you what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have
But also too, how I feel about it is even if he would have said the truth, it still would have been good enough for her.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so when Shay said,
Absolutely, yeah.
like, when Shay was like, right, like, why can't he say what he said? And then when Shay came downstairs and said, listen, she just want to know if you're talking about her in a bad way. And then, Chris, being the voice of reason, once again, I hate people who know the role that they can be in other situations, but they can't be that role for their damn self. That is very triggering. Oh my God. But I'm going to give him this credit. And he was like, hey, let's all be real. I have never heard this brother talk bad about her.
Right.
Not one time. And even Shay, and I think Shay just got hypnotized to Sienna. Because when Shay said, she just want to know if you said anything bad about her. Shay, really?
And it's on the real shit, like, come on. You see that it's way more than that. It's more than just that, because before she was calling him a bitch because he said that, hey, you switch, you flip flop, you know what I'm saying? You're basically not consistent.
Right.
And you yourself said that your exes have said that it was a trigger for you. So because he said it, he's a bitch. Now you want to flip things on him, saying he's inconsistent because he was married when he was 21 and he has a baby mama. How does that correlate? So you tried to do it on a reverse and that shit didn't land.
Right. And then Josh, not those, no reference, Lord help, but nicely done. But no, Josh comes in and he was like, hey, women are going to be women. And I know that he was trying to, and that's why I'm not going to give Josh too much, I'm not going to give Josh too many flames on him. Because I know Josh is really just trying to be that real dude. You know what I mean? I don't think he's trying to negate Brandon's experience. But then the next thing that happens, and you know what? I'm glad it happened on camera. I know everybody's going to be like, well, Brandon, should everybody be respectful? You're right. But everybody's got to be respectful for respect to be given, right? So when she came down and threw the flowers, I felt like Shay woke up like, oh my God, what was that?
Right. Like, what was that even for? Wait, okay, so first off, there was a picture of her laying in the bed and she was just frowning, just looking evil as shit. Just looking evil. But this man has really done nothing to you and you come down and take some flowers and throw them at his feet.
Right.
Okay, be done. Be done.
Now, if they kick your ass out, don't you say shit. Don't you say a damn thing. Don't be no professional victim. Well, why are y'all kicking me out? Really? So we gotta go over the reasons of why you are getting kicked out because of your own behavior. Is it okay? I mean, do we really need filler to fill this episode?
Like, first off,
you can do it.
Right. Girl, you lied when he was talking to Shay, talking about you don't have a problem with him talking to other women. So he was talking to Billy, and it's not, I don't have a problem talking to other women, but you was probably saying something bad about me. No, why is it that your brain goes there? Is it because you know the person that you are and people have talked bad about you, which is possible? But you took it so far for no reason. And then you escalated it. And like you said, production comes and say, come on, pack your bags. You got to go. Then what?
That part.
Because this is definitely some narcissistic shit.
Yeah.
And this one, she's toxic. This is some toxic shit. I ain't even gonna say narcissistic. This is toxic. This woman is fucking acid.
Yeah.
Like, no.
I wonder how her friend feels after seeing the episode.
Listen, that's what I want to know. Because you lied to your friend. You had her on the show taking your side because she's your friend. She's taking your side. She's showing you, oh, it's okay. But yet, when she watches this and sees how you really, really were and what you were doing, what are you gonna yell? What do you think the first thing she's gonna yell is?
It's editing.
Exactly.
Now,
Exactly.
what will really determine it for me is now of course now recognize everybody. Just because we would like for somebody to do the right thing doesn't mean they are going to do the right thing. But if her friend came on social media and said, "Okay, y'all, listen, I saw the episode. My friend was absolutely wrong. I did not know that he called him a bitch. I did not know the context of the Kama Sutra. And I just saw my friend throw flowers at a man's feet. I'm going to talk to my friend because that is wrong." If she does that, GG cool in my book. Because you don't know everything. But if you still agree with that behavior, you're just as bad. Because you're tolerating it and accepting it.
And let me hold on. I wasn't gonna get on Shay, but I wanted. Okay, so when Josh and Shay was talking, right, and Josh was like, "Hey, maybe you guys need to hit the reset," and Brandon was like, "No, there is no way I would be a fool or blind to basically not see what's going on." Like, and then Shay said something about she feels that Sienna's rough around the edges, but she's a really, really sweet girl. But she
I'm
feels
like,
like
no.
Brandon holds grudges.
What? I would, child, let's talk about it. Because I tried to be nice to Shay. But in that moment, I'm like, Shay, sweetie, honey peaches. I know it's about sisterhood, but I'm going to need you to be real. What grudge is Brandon holding? Because the one holding grudges is upstairs. Okay? Let's just get that straight. The one that really cannot control her emotions is the one upstairs. Just being honest.
Great. It's
Yeah, that was just like,
right. Like, come on now. Who's holding the grudge? Because she's clearly the one who's yelling about him talking to another woman and how she feels about this, him talking to another woman. And, oh, I just want to know if he's talking shit about me. Why would he be talking shit about you? That makes no sense. Why is that the first thing you go to?
I
And
mean,
as a woman, why, if you felt some type of way like that, why didn't you go to Millie and say, "Hey, what did you guys talk about?"
exactly.
Because if you can't, and honestly, if you really wanted an answer, didn't you let this man finish his sentence? Why wouldn't you let him talk so that he could tell you what he was saying or even how he's feeling in any type of capacity? You gave him no option.
You give him no room to breathe. You choke him out mentally every time. Every time his existence repulses you at this point.
Exactly. Like, there is nothing that you have that you want from this man. Like, there's no intimacy. There's no feelings of like. There's no compatibility. They're just not compatible. And I feel like he's realizing that, and he's about to go. I feel like he could be the one to self-eliminate.
And I'm proud of him for recognizing. And listen, I mean, everything's in the eye of the beholder. But I'm proud when that question was asked. He was like, "No, I was done when she called me a bitch."
Yeah.
I'm like, good for you for standing up for your
Standing up for yourself. Yeah.
Because honestly, quite frankly, I'm going to just be real with y'all. Because I got told by some non-existent waste of life that should have been swallowed by her damn mama. There should be many people that should be swallowed up, but that's neither here nor there. That I can't say this word about another black woman. Sienna should have been called a bitch.
I mean, listen,
I
I know,
said
I
it.
think I done called her one. I know I called her a few
I,
of them watching it. I
I'm
ain't gonna
sorry.
lie because, listen, this behavior is just, it's stank. It's nasty. I can't stand it. Like, who the fuck do you think you, like,
Absolutely. And I
women
just want
write
to,
about wanting a good man, wanting a leader, wanting a man who,
absolutely.
treats you right, talks to you with respect, and,
Right.
wants to buy you flowers, checks on you, make sure you're okay. But then you get it, and it's like, oh, you're a bitch. You're this, you're that. I'm a da 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 da.
And not to
That's a girl.
mention, and not to
You are
mention
not
too,
ready to love. Get the fuck on.
absolutely, and not to mention too, I just want to say this. Just because I'm saying it about her doesn't mean that's how I roll as a man, as a human being, as a soul. Okay, but that was way too damn much on a dude who ain't even doing shit. Y'all always want to say, well, black women need to be protected. Okay, what about a good black man that really hasn't done shit? Like, we can't just be selective in what the fuck we want to care about. Okay, but let's get that clear. I am saying it about this person, but that's not how I roll as a human being. Let's get that straight on the record.
Right. But I mean, when you speak truth, you speak truth. Because listen, if you're acting that and you're showing that, because men can be that, women can be that.
Right.
But it's just the fact that you can't just throw that label on everybody and just act like it's supposed to stick or just because you said it. Now, I feel like when she was having that conversation earlier with Aaron and Diamond, the
She
reason
was.
why she didn't bring that shit up is because
Right.
she knew that she would be called out for it.
Yep. I agree.
She wouldn't have had the capacity or the ability to snap like that and just
Absolutely.
go off on him and act like it was really a problem or something terrible that he did. So
You know what?
she
You know.
she picked and choose who she was gonna
Right.
say it around because she knew that, I mean, honestly, that's what narcissists do. Like, they pick
Absolutely.
people who will side with them and people who will agree with them so that they can, like, basically feel like they're warranted in their attacks.
No, absolutely. And you know what is Gigi with her? I'll never now I know Dr. Phil is very controversial for some of the things he says, but a clock is right twice a day. Or
Yeah.
something to that degree.
Yeah.
He said something that I'll never
A
forget. He
broke
said,
clock is
"There,
right twice a day.
there you go. A broke clock is right twice a day." That's the phrase. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
With that being said, he said that there are people that are right fighters, that they want to be right. They don't want to be happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think she is so about wanting to win the. She so is about wanting to win, about being right, that she
Mm-hmm.
can't enjoy the victory of just being happy. And I
Yeah.
think she's been that way all her life, because to have that much energy for somebody, this is the first time you ever meeting them. You don't think this is a little too much for somebody that you first time meeting at all?
Evidently not for her. Evidently not.
Child.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the crazy part. But yeah, so it's crazy because even at the end, Diamond and Aaron, even though they're in the intimacy suite, they were still talking about, that relationship. That's why I feel like they definitely need to be like some type of couple,
Yep.
give their couple expertise and kind of be like, a couples counselor or some type of, addition to the show. That was a great idea that you had about
Yeah.
that. That would definitely help. And Ready to Love, absolutely, they definitely would be
Child.
a great addition on Ready to Love.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
So in the
Yeah.
preview, you have Millie and Greg. Um,
Hmm.
they're talking about some things. Um, I feel like eventually Greg is going to get tired of Millie, because you already are saying that I need to take it more slow. I feel like it's going to be a day where that clock is going to be broken on the wrong day. And Greg is like, you know what? I need a clock that actually ticks and can tell me time, so I know what's going on.
Listen. So when it comes to Millie, first off, so she speaks about her trauma. She says she doesn't know how he'll react about her trauma. So
Yeah, that was the preview. Yeah, and this is the thing, right? How can you know what someone can handle if you don't give them the opportunity to handle?
mm-hmm.
Because now this is factual information. I don't want anybody to feel that I'm roasting a black woman, but let's use the factual information from this episode, class. Okay, she said, "I want to happen organically. I need him to take it a little bit more slow." But yet you're asking out loud, how is he going to handle your trauma when you are not opening up a space to ramp things up and trust the history y'all have? But okay.
Yeah, like, you can't just put trust in him partially. Like, let's go ahead and if we're actually going to move on after 3 years, what are we doing? Have we not talked about trauma in these 3 years?
Mm-hmm.
What have our conversations been? What is the relationship like? Because I feel like 3 years is a long time of wasted time if you have not gotten past the trauma part yet. Because after this part, like, we need to be moving on and working towards healing. Whether we've healed individually and now we can heal together and we can build together so that we can have a stronger foundation because we know each other's triggers and trauma. Like, what is it that is going on? I feel like with them, it's been more casual. I'm not seeing like this relationship has been like a real, exclusive relationship because there's no way in 3 years you're going to be in the same city and state, not meet, but yet you're talking over the phone and on video chat. Like,
there's not any mental soul ties that can.
Yeah, there's. But yet you want to now, question his capability of accepting your trauma.
Correct.
So it makes it very hard to kind of like really gauge her because it's like I don't feel like she really is connected to him like that, but I also feel like maybe I don't know, maybe this is her process. Maybe so even though they've been talking for 3 years, this is the beginning process of them dating. Like she's I don't know, maybe yeah. This is still the first step.
And then, child, right after that,
I'm gonna tell you, if Diamond ain't call it out.
And JoAnna's like, I'm tired of y'all having my name in your mouth. Well, sweetie, you on the show. You a part of the cast. They're gonna have your name in their mouth because you are on national TV.
And what you're doing, honey, is very visible.
Right.
Because Diamond said every time Chris says something, she's right there. She's standing on every time Chris. I heard she's all about Chris. Yes, she is.
And not to mention too, did you see Diamond's reaction of like, is what it is? I'm like, Diamond, you are that one.
Diamond's face in the confessional, honey. Diamond's face when she was sitting there at that table said it all. She's not here for it.
No. And I'm happy that they are allowing the real to be real at this show.
Yeah.
Because my thing is this: if I was a cast member, I'm like, hey, JoAnna, I'm just gonna say this one thing to you. If what Diamond is saying is not true, why are you reacting?
Right. Why
is you're reacting? Exactly. But since you're reacting, it must be true to some degree, right? Braylon, shut your ass up. You think you know every damn thing. Wait a minute. I just asked a question.
Right.
Now somebody, oh my God, Braylon, you
Because
your ass.
we can clearly see that every time Chris says something, your face lights up, and you always have some type of comment or reaction to whatever Chris says. But Aaron says anything, it's a problem. Just like he said something about your drink, and you snapped on him as if he was trying to take your drink.
Right.
Made him back up, like you treated him like he was a second grader. Like you didn't even want him, like he had cooties.
Right. And then called him a child, and then called him a child when he was actually very calm. Like,
right. Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, this is how you talk to Aaron, the person who's supposed to be your partner, but yet when it comes to Chris, you just fawn over him. He is just like, it's just the best thing ever. Like, it's just crazy to me. It's just crazy to me.
child.
It is just crazy. But yeah, next week we're gonna see what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
Child, right now we know Love and Marriage Huntsville is on.
Yes, it
Are you
just
watching
ended. It just ended about an hour and 25 minutes ago.
Okay.
By the way, y'all, I do want to say this. I honor my commitments. So I was going to do this review anyway. Unfortunately, it happened the way it happened. But trust me, when I get back over to keep the consistency of the channel, because I was the first one to break it on YouTube, I will be doing the review again over there just to keep it in the algorithm. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because we already covered the first 2 episodes on my channel. So if you do read, well, I mean, I'm not going to say if you do read here, because Gigi, I think you know this about me by now. Even though I will do this again, you know, it'll have a different sauce.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I'll watch it back and be like, wait a minute, there's something else here. But no. Like I said, with Love and Marriage Huntsville, it's so funny that lawsuit was dropped on the day of the premiere. Like, you cannot make this shit up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I said this to you and to many content creators on panels. By the time season 7 gets on the TV, it will be season 8 on YouTube. Welcome to season 8, everybody.
Welcome to season right. Welcome to season 8, everybody.
Because, child, like I said, I think OWN needs to pay the $5 million and just cancel the show at this point. Because
right.
if you allow this, then guess what? Look, people care about consistency and responsibility. They really do when it comes to their TV content.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell y'all what. If you want to, Braylon, after we end this here, give me a second to watch, and then we can go live and do the review on it.
Sure. I mean, I guess, yeah.
I mean, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
But no, like I said, I truly do feel that way. Like, you know, you and me, we talk, not just, and this is the thing I want people to know. Please get to know people as people.
Right.
You don't know who knows who. If you could hear some of the conversations offline, y'all will be so surprised. Y'all really would. Because and Gigi will tell you, I'm the same person on YouTube that I am offline.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's no at all. You know, and she's the same way. And so, you know, when we talk about the media game, as we often do, when I heard about this lawsuit, like I said, I just went to go get my hair cut. So I was in Sassy TV from the Ep.3's chat, and I said, "What?" In some subscriber said, you know, True T had the intel. I'm like, "What the what?" And Sassy was like, "You didn't know?" I'm like, "I went to go get my hair cut today. I unplugged today." So
I want to talk about that too, because I'm like, what? Like, so much came out today, and it's like, it's crazy that it came out today, the same day that the episode premiere. You know, oh, it's a lot.
It really is, and I'm just like, as Carlos King, actually, you know what? Hang on, let me check. Let me check his YouTube channel because y'all remember when he said that he couldn't post the podcast episode when he said he was going to post it because he said that it's giving too much. Let's see here, Carlos King. Let's see if the podcast is up. Okay, so he's with so Dustin is talking about Dustin and Destiny have a video on there, but it's not the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Carlos, you wonder why you get that, but you literally said after the season premiere you would drop the podcast.
Now we need to drop a.
Oh my God, Pete! This is I talk about this all the time with Gigi. Factual information that is public, people get upset over.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Carlos, if somebody comes over your comments and says, "Where's the podcast?" Don't do no high raindrops. The word of the day is sometimes you have to move on to other things. No, we're not gonna move on to other things when you said what you said and you said you're gonna drop the podcast. No, you said it.
Right.
You gotta honor your commitments here, people. And like I said, when it comes to the Oprah Winfrey Network and television, consistency plus responsibility equals your audience. So, like I said, if I'm Carlos King, this is a storyline at this point because the network is being sued. Like, there's no way you can sit up here and not cover that. That is malpractice of irresponsibility of being a producer. And you know, Gigi, you and me are both we are both carriers of the cloth of television, media content, storytelling. Like that's our core. If a story is not straight, we're not straight. So the season, it's been shot. They shoot all year round, but I'm sorry, you're gonna have to add this somehow. I don't know how you're gonna do it. You might have to, add a title card about it. You cannot have a show that's the number one show on the Oprah Winfrey Network and not mention that the network is getting sued. You can't do that shit. I'm sorry. You don't get a pass on this shit. Go ahead, Gigi. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to take over. It's just like
I agree with you, but that's what it is.
The mental fuckery of this shit. Like I can't.
Listen, that's why I said, we might have to go live and talk about it because so much has happened and what is going on. Like this, no. The network is, when you have someone being sued who's on your network and you're being sued by the network, how can you really continue on with the show?
Come on. That's it.
How do you do that?
I mean, listen, I'm surprised it didn't get to that level with Janelle saying what she said about the executive producers.
Right.
Hello.
Hello. You're right about that. But listen, we've been here 2 hours. Oh, go ahead.
Yes. No, I was just going to say, because honestly, that could have been a lawsuit for defamation against y'all.
Because she called out people by name.
Yes. To give y'all context, me, Gigi9, our main man Q, and the legendary Dr. Ucha, Talk with Salon, we've been reviewing Red Love for 3 seasons. There was a contestant named Janelle. She called out Anthony Sylvester, Juana Blue, and one other producer, and said, and I quote, and I have the thumbnail, I have the screenshot, because did I not show the screenshot on our after show, Gigi, once again? Like I said, Don't get mad at me. This is factual information. Now, of course, she deleted it. But she said that you are scum of the earth, and you are my enemies that have become my footstool. If those producers wanted to sue the Oprah Winfrey Network, they would have won that lawsuit. Because for one, you are slandering Will Packer Productions, Lightheart Entertainment, the staff, the crew, nephew Tommy, and all alone. So now the fact, and let's look at how layered this is. And once my channel is back open, I'm gonna do that huge media deep dive as we often do. And you are more than invited to come over.
Absolutely.
Because one person is one, but two is a dynamic. You understand?
Right.
But let's look at how layered this is. This is not just a lawsuit against a cast member on a show. Oh, in the words of Anonymous, oh no. This is a lawsuit against a cast member on the number one show of the network they work on, and the network being sued.
Yeah.
You can do what you want to do, but I don't know how you as a network don't cover that shit or say a damn statement. I just don't.
Right. How are you going to move forward with the rest of the season, or even do another season after when you have this right now?
Absolutely. Without question.
Yeah.
Without question, and let me tell you something. Like we always say, when it gets to Variety, The Wrap, Deadline, The Hollywood Reporter, the final conversation that comes to us has been talked about behind many boardrooms. I want y'all to know that. So when you hear, oh my God, it's a new movie out, they've been pitching it to many other different boardrooms before it got to us. So OWN's legal team right now, they're looking at the documents, and I'm telling you, whatever decision they make, mark my words, right from this space right here and right now at 9:37 p.m. on the East Coast, and wherever time it's on Gigi's Coast.
6:37 here.
6:37. Mark those times and this date, May 4th, 2024, when Braylon Lee has said, and quote, whatever decision the Oprah Winfrey Network is going to make on Love and Marriage Huntsville, those conversations are happening right fucking damn now. Behind those boardrooms, and whatever decision comes down, that decision has already been made before it gets to us. Mark my fucking words on it.
Right.
So if it gets canceled, oh my God, Braylon, did you hear it got canceled? Did y'all not hear what I said on Gigi's channel? Those conversations were happening when the lawsuit got out, you dumb fucks.
Right.
Okay.
Listen, we gonna come back, y'all. We gonna come back. So that's it for the Never Ever Mets. We're gonna switch gears because there's a lot that's happening with the Love and Marriage Huntsville that definitely needs to be talked about. So for now, we're going to say goodbye, but we definitely gonna come back because Braylon, we need to talk about that. For real, because
we gotta do a media deep dive and not just help the sector, not just help the people, but help the culture understand the global positioning system, the GPS that OWN is about to have to utilize and activate and put in the directions to get to a path where they could have a network. Because honestly, say what you want to about Andy Cohen and stuff like this, but Andy Cohen Andy Cohen is not as involved as Carlos.
Like
I
not
said
at all.
before, this is now of course lawsuits happen all the time at networks. Good damn. You know what I mean? But like I said before, this is a lawsuit against a cast member that's not just on a show on the network, but on the #1 show on the network.
Yeah.
And also the same network is getting sued. Bravo doesn't have it that deep. Sure, right. Sure they're in but sure it's happening, but it's more of an association.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're one of the defendants. Now this is directly at home. Like I said, we don't do a media deep dive and navigate this shit because it's a lot.
Right, because this is a lot to definitely navigate. But make sure you guys like, share, subscribe to my channel. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to Braden Lee. And we will see y'all here back. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about coming back about, an hour and a half or so because we're going to talk about this, get some things together, replenish ourselves and come back and give y'all that media deep dive because right now it's happening. So we need to talk about it right now.
Absolutely.
So we will see y'all back here next time. I'm about to play my wonderful outro music. My intro, outro. Later, y'all. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Trouble in your mind, babe, why can't you just tell me? I just wanna be your bride, wanna be